Steve Fletcher here, and welcome to another tuition video. Before we get started, can I ask you please to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube page, maybe leave a little comment, and make me feel all warm and fuzzy and wanted. Before I also get started, the eagle-eyed of you might have noticed that this is not where I have been doing my regular YouTubing over the last few years. I'm in the middle of moving house. And because it's me and I have to do things a little bit strangely, and I'm pursuing my lifelong dream of living a small and simple life, this house move is not going to be a simple case of moving from one house to another. There's a little bit of a saga and a story involved. Isn't that cryptic? So yeah, I do beg your indulgence. It's 2025 right now. You might be watching this in a few years' time and it might be absolutely completely moved on and my house move might have been completed by now, but who knows? But anyway, yes, I just beg your indulgence a little bit. Hopefully, normal service will, abnormal service will continue for a little while, but please just carry on supporting the page as you always have done. Today, I am taking a look at the Dire Straits classic Sultans of Swing, and I'm doing something that I've been saying I need to do for a long time, is do the studio version of Sultans. I've done Alchemy version a couple of times now already, which I have always considered to be the absolute definitive version of Sultans. And it's been a while since, but it has been something I thought, well, do you know what? You should just do the original version at some point, and it's been just something back in my mind. But I thought, you know what, I'll just get on with it, really. I think back in the day, when I first heard Sultans, I think the first version of Sultans I ever heard was Mark Knopfler's solo version, when he did A Night in London in 1996 for his Golden Heart tour. The DVD of that was released, video back in the day. So I think that was the first version, a live version was the first version I ever heard. And then I do believe that the next version after that I heard was the Golden Alchemy version, which, as I've said, I consider to be the absolute pinnacle of Sultans. I've not heard a better live version of Sultans. Feel free to disagree with me. That's what the internet is for. So when I got round to actually hearing the studio version, because it's so much more, it's kind of like a backward step, I suppose. I mean, that's not really the right way of putting it, but I suppose it's kind of like, you know, an early fledgling version of Sultans compared to the Alchemy version, which is all very live, alive, and has got a lot more to it. The studio version is a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chill, and doesn't have as much to it, which I suppose is why I've kind of just been kept on putting it on the back burner, really. Now, if you'd like to get hold of the tabulature for this song, you are able to do that by heading over to my website. The tabulatures are there. The link is down there in the description. And if you're watching on YouTube on desktop, it should be appearing in the top corner somewhere about now. But it is down there as a link in the description to get those tabs. I'm also, again, it's 2025. What I'm working on currently, and you should keep on checking because this is something that's going an ongoing thing, is I am redesigning my website for a shock horror members subscription. And with that subscription, you're going to get access to those tabs, obviously, but you're also going to get a lot more behind-the-scenes stuff, including how I'm getting all the sounds and everything else to do with making this video. So please do check that out. As of right now, it's August 2025. It's the members section is not available just yet, but you probably watching this at some point in the future, so that members section, shouldn't really call it a members section, that subscription section will probably be active, so just do check it out over on the website, and there is more content there. Now, the way I've approached this is, very much like the live version. I mean, there is the rhythm guitar part, and there is the solo-y, leady guitar parts. So, and Knopfler, anyone who's familiar with how Knopfler would play this, is he will, certainly when he's doing it live, is he will, veer from, playing the chords, playing those lead lines, playing the chords. So, get things like, you'll get. But I think the studio version, I don't know, but it's just how I hear it. I think the studio version was, that rhythm section, that rhythm guitar part was laid down. And then the lead guitar parts were laid down separately. I can't hear much, of Knopfler playing a lead line and then going to chords and blah, blah, blah. So I do think there's a separation there on the studio version. That being said, I've always approached my videos and my performances as, the bedroom, living room guitarist would. So you are probably more than likely going to want to, as much as possible, be flitting between those rhythm parts and those lead parts. So you'll see that that's what I'm doing. Wherever there's a moment where I can just knock into those chords, I'm going to do that. But there might be those moments where the lead, that note sustains, so that I might not flip back to those chords. I hope that makes sense. But it is quite a sort of a Knopfler way of approaching those parts. But just sort of, because I had to record the backing track, something I enjoy doing, I thought, you know what, I might as well just film myself doing those David Knopfler chord parts. I'm not saying these are exactly, the chord voicings that he uses, but it's just there. I thought, you know what, I might as well just put those chords in there, stick them in the corner, so you can see, a little bit more what's happening on those chords when I'm doing those lead lines, I suppose. Just trying to give you as much information as I possibly can. In the dark, it's a ringing in the park, meantime. Sound of the river, you stop and you hold everything. Band blowing Dixie, double fall tight. Feel alright when you hear the music ring. Step inside, but you don't see too many faces. Coming in out of rain in the jazz hold out. Competition in other places. But the horns, they're blowing that sound. Way on down south. Way on down south, London town. Check out Guitar George. He knows all the chords. Mind his stringing rhythm, he doesn't want to make it cry or sing. Guitar is all he can afford. When he gets up under the lights to play his thing. And Harry doesn't mind if he doesn't make the scene. Daytime job, he's doing alright. Don't like anything. Setting it up for Friday night with the Sultans, with the Sultans upswing. Crowd of young boys, they're fooling around in the corner. Drunk and dressed their baggage and their platform soles. They don't up to the microphone. He says at last as the time bell rings. Good night, now it's time to go home. And he makes it fast with one more thing. We are the Sultans. We are the Sultans of Swing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do comment. Please do subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to all my social medias. And we'll see you next time, boys and girls. Thank you very much. Goodbye.